Alrighty, everybody, we are ready to go with Spagettd running Toy Story 2 100% on the Nintendo 64. We've got the same Bugs Life crew back to keep going with our Disney block, so make sure you guys give them all the love, and Spagettd, you can take it away.
Cool. Welcome everybody. I'm going to be running Toy Story 2 for the N64. We're doing 100%. So 100% entails us collecting all of the Pizza Planet tokens as well as the power-ups. So there's 50 tokens and I believe 5 power-ups.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, cool. But timer's going to start after this screen here. I'll let Thermal and Izzy introduce themselves after I count down. So 3, 2, 1, go.
You know what they say, ladies first.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Izzy. I've played Toy Story before, I think. I've played all 3 Toy Story games, and they're really fun. I really like Toy Story, so I'm happy to be here. And I'll let this square go next.
Yeah, I'm Thermal Square. I was the person who ran a Bug's Life earlier. I am also a fellow Toy Story 2 runner as well. It was one of the first speed games I got into, so I'm excited for Spagettd to show off this wonderful category in this wonderful game.
Yeah, so this game, it's basically a 3D platformer collectathon. So each
Like
level
SM64, but better
Yeah.
in my opinion.
So instead of collecting like stars as you would in Mario 64, you just collect Pizza Planet tokens. There's 5 in each level, and then there's some boss fights as well. This was also made by Traveler's Tales, which we just saw their other game, A Bug's Life. So you'll see like some small similarities.
Yeah, the first one Spagettd was talking about with the levels is it's the same level setup where it's 2 platforming levels and then a boss level. But again, the big difference is you actually have to collect like Pizza Planet tokens as the main collectible. There's no just like running straight to the end of any
It's
level.
more of a collectathon versus A Bug's Life is more of a linear, get to the end of the level type game.
Yep.
And then we missed our first trick right there. My jump didn't come out, dang it. So there's this cool tech we do in the game that you'll see all over the run. It's called extended double jumps, which basically means that we can extend our double jump. It lets us reach areas that we normally shouldn't be able to reach, and lets us skip a ton of like intended platforming sections to make the levels a lot faster.
Yep.
And do another extend double jump here to get on top of the van.
And I didn't get it again.
One thing you will notice is, as we talked about during A Bug's Life, is the lag. That does kind of play into a factor with timing.
It's worse here. It's worse than Bug. I can't even play this version.
What's kind of neat about playing this version, like almost exclusively for about 2 or 3 years, is that I kind of got used to it, and I figured out like where it's laggy, because the entire game isn't laggy. It's just like certain spots basically where like there's more stuff loaded in at the same time. But right here we're doing a cool little trick. We're supposed to go around the car to race the RC token, but instead you can actually hit the little flag for completing a lap by just doing a little jump around the car right there. It'll count it as a lap if you do like a little circle jump. So we just do that 3 times and skip the entire lap, or the entire race.
Here we're doing the basement clip. This is, I think, one of the only N64 exclusive tricks. There's a few others, but can just kind of clip down to the basement. Usually we'd have to either push some boxes or do a tricky platforming jump, but can just clip down there. Most important power-up of the game right here. We're required to collect it. We never use it. It is terrible, but we have to for 100% reasons.
Yeah,
It's got the coolest name though, the Cosmic Shield. I gotta say, that's a great name.
I low-key didn't even know that's what the name was. I thought it was like Power Shield or something like that. That's cool though. But yeah, we have to collect it like Thermal said. We're doing, or I don't know who said it, Dizzy or Thermal, but we're doing 100%, so we need all the power-ups as well. This is another little skip, the spoon jump. You just kind of jump on the collision of that, using what a lot of people dub as like a shadow box, which you'll hear us say a lot probably. Actually, I'm short a coin.
Another thing with the spoon jump is this game has a buffer jump, so after you do a double jump, if you hold down the jump button, then you'll do a jump the frame that Buzz lands, and that can be very helpful for a lot of skips, not just spoon jump, in order to get jumps a lot faster. Before buffer jumps were discovered, people would just mash. It was way harder back then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, buffer jumps saved my life running this game. It made, like, as soon as I like started implementing that into my runs, like, it was literally like I leveled up. It was crazy.
I've always done buffer jumps, and they're so useful,
Yeah.
and so intuitive. Just being able to hold A and jump the frame you land.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you wouldn't even notice. But
Right.
yeah, it's all over the
Yeah,
place.
you use it all over. This freaking lawnmower is kind of
Lawnmower.
RNG. Wow, I've
So
never
if it's
seen
Andy's
it.
house and Andy's neighborhood. Is this Andy's lawnmower?
His dad's, at least. I
No,
don't
this
think-
is the devil's lawnmower.
It's possessed, clearly. Have you guys ever seen that movie Maximum Overdrive? I think that's what it was called.
I have not.
It's like a Stephen King book, but basically all of like the machines and cars and stuff like that like come alive and they just start killing everybody. It's
Ooh.
pretty, yeah. That just
That
reminded
sounds
me
very
of it.
Stephen King.
It just reminded me because the lawnmower like starts attacking you for no reason.
So yeah, right now Spagettd is he's doing the race token. You can see these little power pack things around. Those have the rocket shoes inside, which help us go really fast. But he's not using those because, as you can see, he's just getting in front of the RC car, and the RC car will bump into Buzz and like almost be stunned for a little bit, and then Spagettd is also like cutting corners because there's specific flags for this race. One is around the big tree and the other one is behind the final cone. As long as you hit those flags in the right spot, you can just kind of run all over the racetrack.
Yeah,
Which
this
is
is
kinda
not
funny.
the intended strat. You're supposed to have the rocket boots, but this is a actually pretty well known way to complete this race.
Yeah, even like
early on,
people
with
playing
having
it
to revisit.
exactly, like even people playing it casually like knew about that trick.
Heading over to the puzzle token here, we're gonna do a nice little skip. We're supposed to blow up a rubber ducky and then do some ground pounds, but we can get on top of this tree here and use those swinging poles to get the token from above.
Yeah, this is a pretty nice skip. So like we mentioned earlier, there's just like a lot of stuff you can skip in this game by just like kind of taking advantage of like your well-timed jumps and stuff like that.
And semi-overlooked
Yeah, yeah, they
by the
could have.
developers.
Yeah, they should have known you can do that because that's not even a hard jump to do. Like you don't have
No.
that's not like a frame perfect or anything like that, or like you don't have to time the double jump. You just
It's
kind of
very easy.
yeah, you kind of just spam your double jump over there if you wanted.
Oh dear, we got another tree. What is it with Pixar games and trees?
I'll say this one is a little more difficult than the
This
one in A
one's way
Bug's
more
Life.
difficult.
There's a lot more
Major
like
run killer.
a lot more like not precise platforming, but you have to be a little more like intentional about where you're jumping, a little more careful, because if you fall out of this one at any point, it's kind of just game over.
And there's a few parts that are very tricky, like this jump here. I struggle with a lot.
I struggle with it too, and that's why I don't even do it the intended way. That's why I chose
Yeah,
to
you
like
did it a different way.
to jump on the branch there. It makes grabbing onto that spinning pole thing a lot easier. Whoa, I never seen him go that way before. I think it's because I turned around, so it like messed with his positioning. Okay, he's just gonna be weird again.
So yeah, Spagettd is trying to do something here where, as you can see, he wasn't able to mash down the boss at first. Basically what happens is there's like a boss area that encompasses that little like wooden plank area, but on those like branches that are extended out, you can get outside of that area and the game just doesn't know what to do. So it just gets rid of the boss's invulnerability but you can still inflict damage on the boss, so you can just mash it down really quick.
You missed it.
I know.
You missed the pretty big jump.
So there's like a little skip you can do there instead of like sliding down those little clotheslines, but I missed it because I'm bad. But it's all good. Redeem myself.
People leave.
Nope.
Oh, people leave.
Okay.
I like to give people grief if they don't go for it.
I mean,
I don't know why, because it's only like a half a second time save, but it's like, it's there.
I mean, I went for it, so at least I tried.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, you can just jump on the underwear collision. That's why it's called Pretty Pink Panty Jump. It's a fun little thing to do. I got it in practice.
Taking our final collectible here to turn into the collectible token. And we are moving on to the first boss level of the run.
Yay! I hope you guys like planes.
Not the movie.
Planes. Disney planes.
Wrong
The
marathon.
not Pixar movie.
I know, right?
It feels like it should have been. Like, they
Yeah,
had cars. Like,
exact- I
where's...
thought it was.
wasn't planes like a Pixar movie?
I literally thought it was. With this boss fight, it's pretty easy too. You can just kill him with 3 charge shots, and he always flies in the same spots every time. So if you like memorize where to aim, you should hit him every time.
Yep.
Just like that.
That is kind of one thing we overlooked. Like, Buzz's attacks, he's got a few attacks that he has to him. He's got his regular laser, which is just like your normal, like you press it once. But if you push and hold it, you do get a charged laser, which does more damage. He also has a spin attack, which we use every now and then. Mostly for, with the spin attack, Buzz's hitbox does extend a little bit. So like, when Spagettd talks to an NPC like Potato Head or whatever, he'll usually spin, and you talk to him a little bit quicker. It's not a huge thing, but it helps.
It adds up if you're doing it throughout the whole run.
Yeah.
There's also the green laser that Spagettd picked up, which is basically just a yellow laser, but you can just hold down the button and do it super fast.
Yeah, it's basically a ton of charged lasers, but you can spam it. It's like rapid fire.
Alright. Preschool time! We're doing colors.
So here, this puzzle, this is like something that a lot of people remember about the game when, like, if they've ever played it as a kid, like this specific token puzzle here.
It's orange. Okay. I'm taking notes. I don't actually know my colors that well.
Sag.
Okay, blue.
Imagine like
Yellow.
a
Oh, that
modded,
makes green.
imagine like a modded version, and they just add like 5 more colors to it, and you have to combine them all. Make magenta.
It's like actually difficult.
Make teal.
Also, we saved purple for the last one, so we don't have to push as far. For the last one, we saved purple for the last one, but the others don't matter which order.
Yeah.
It's the puzzle token. Now for the hard part of this level, getting good cycles.
Also, be prepared for tons of lag here. Like loading this like bulldozer and then the building is super laggy. I like to turn the camera this way. It helps a little bit, but you'll see as soon as you turn around, it's just like you just
It's like, help me.
start chugging. This is also a little skip here. By jumping onto this here, we can skip having to move that bulldozer like arm thing down, because what you're supposed to do is press a button to move the arms of the bulldozer down, so you can jump on that, and then when it goes back up, you can get up here. But you can just jump off the side of it, and it's a lot faster.
Another overlooked thing by the developers in their level design. So this is where the cycles are playing into. So far, it looks like they're gonna be okay-ish.
Oh, they're good. Yeah.
Oh, they're
Usually what you like is that first beam that Spagettd jumped on is to be like at the bottom right away. But overall, like, these are pretty acceptable cycles.
Still got all the jumps. Didn't have to wait too much extra longer.
Yeah, the first one was slow because, like you said, it was leaving by the time I got to it, but it lined up perfectly with the second one. I was able to jump directly to that one without having to, like, go for a risky ledge grab on it, which I usually fail, so that's really good.
Also ground pounded that lever to have a shortcut to get back up to the top, because we actually have to fall down because the boss at the top requires a power-up that we have to come back down and unlock before we can go back up. So we unlocked the shortcut elevator so we can get up quickly and not have to worry about those stupid cycles again.
Thankfully.
Thankfully.
And
Imagine
yeah,
having to do that twice.
yeah. And what's gonna happen is Spagettd is gonna be doing specific like movement and collecting coins. So by the time he gets back to where the shortcut is, the little shortcut platform will be at the bottom. So you're just gonna see Spagettd walking around aimlessly here.
Walk around aimlessly.
Basically.
Get your emotes in chat.
Walking around aimlessly with intent.
With intent. Yeah,
Because
it'll
Potato
line up
Head is here.
It'll probably line up pretty perfect as far as which coins to get and the shortcut being down, as long as it doesn't mess up.
Also, something we didn't mention is Rex right here. He's in every level as well, and he tells you where to get the Pizza Planet tokens. Yeah, if you're just having trouble playing the game casually and you don't know what to do or what to find, he'll just tell you, hey, check out this person. Dang it, I missed that
He's
coin.
also the source of the legendary Hey Buzz %, where you talk to him and talk to all his hint boxes in every level.
Perfect.
Missing that coin almost cost me the cycle, but we're chilling.
I was a little nervous. I was like, oh, he's going back for that coin, but we're good.
So we unlocked the disc launcher, which is another weapon that the jackhammer boss at the top of this level of this building or scaffolding can only be damaged by the disc launcher.
Yeah, also something to mention is it's pretty scuffed, the disc launcher in this version of the game. It doesn't always connect, so I go for like this weird setup here where I kind of just like shoot behind me, because if I try to aim in front of myself, it'll kind of just spin around him and not do any damage. I knew that wasn't going to kill him, so...
Depending on the version of the game, the disc launcher can be really weird and not work correctly. It's very jank.
Yeah. This game in general just has a lot of jank to it, but it's lovable jank.
It's
Definitely.
lovable, charming jank.
Yes.
So we're getting our fourth collectible here. I don't know how this kid got up here and this, why they're on the edge of this crane.
I know, right?
Oh, these little tykes. It's all over the place.
Get our last collectible and our coin token.
I guess that's we can mention that real quick. That you may have already noticed, but in each level there are 5 Pizza Planet tokens. They are all the same, so there's the coin token, which requires 50 tokens. The collectible token, 50 coins, my bad. 5 collectibles in each level, which you return to a specific NPC. A puzzle token, a hidden token, or a race token? Hidden token?
Race token, puzzle token, and boss token.
Yeah, and then a little mini boss.
This level coming up, normally you're supposed to backtrack for this level later because there's a power-up that you need to be able to get the rest of the tokens. But something exclusive to N64 I'm going to be doing. There's another way to get up there too on like PC, I believe.
Yeah, it's possible on other versions, but the way that Spagetd's gonna skip the revisit is exclusive to this version.
Yep.
I missed my cycle there because I missed my jump, so we'll just wait for this. It's not the end of the world. This is the easy part. What comes next is where I usually...
It's the hard part.
Yeah. This level also, kind of like Bug's Life, has these rain particles that make the game laggy, so that's really unfortunate.
Why do they think rain is so important that it takes away from our precious frames?
It's literally like eating up the RAM.
It adds up to the aesthetic of the level. Think of the aesthetic.
The aesthetic doesn't matter if I get motion sick playing it.
Oh,
Cool. So
I suppose.
Some
Only the game used the expansion pack.
I know, right? So some levels have actual race tokens. This one had kind of like a collectible slash race, which other levels will do that too. So instead of like physically racing someone like the RC car, we just had a time limit of collecting stuff. So that's like a little small difference you'll notice.
Nice ledge grab there.
Yeah. Cool.
Alright, so normally
the fun part.
for this level we have to unlock the grappling hook power up in order to climb up this alley, but that's going to be doing something that's kind of similar to what we did in A Bug's Life. It's a little crack jump thing.
I actually found this when I was like learning 100% because the other way that runners get up here without the hook shot is to do like a shadow box jump off the ledge, like up
Nice.
literally like up against the wall. Yeah, that was really fast actually. But you're supposed to do it up against the wall, and I've always struggled with it, so I just started messing
It's very
around.
precise and
Yeah.
very hard to get, especially on this version. It's quite a precise shadow box that you have to hit.
So I just started messing around and trying to see if I could find another way, and I think I had just like came back from running A Bug's Life for a while, so I had like a bug on the brain. Oh dang it!
You're like,
Yeah, I
crack
won-
jump,
yeah, I
same
was like,
developers,
literally-
same engine,
literally.
maybe it will work.
And sure enough, it did. And then everybody tried it on different versions, like PC and PlayStation, but unfortunately, those didn't work.
And
Dang it.
64 exclusive.
In 64 Master Race, that's what I'm talking about.
Literally. Yeah, I struggle a lot with this level, so I mean, as long as we don't fall too many times, we should still be underestimate.
Yeah, this is one of those like laggier
Yeah.
levels you'll notice.
And even on like PC, it's a pretty difficult level to
Depth
get
perception.
down perfectly.
I know. That jump there, when I got onto the wires, is really difficult. Like, I don't even like try to time it. I just like go off of like
Just kind of get a feel for it
Yeah.
almost of like, I've been on it this long. This seems about right.
What I do is use a
Yeah,
visual
it's always
cue.
just-
So like when I grab onto the wire, as soon as the camera pans all the way around, I jump and it usually grabs.
It's smart.
Also did a fun little thing there where we aim in our visor as we enter the boss, and that just kind of warps us forward. No clue why. It just happens. It's a thing. We do it.
Yeah,
You probably got. We didn't even get our first glimpse of Potato Face Buzz.
I know, right? If we don't have a chance to see it, I'll do it at the end.
Perfect. Alright. Now Spagettd's just kind of doing a little cleanup here. We do have one more Pizza Planet token to collect.
2 more.
Gotta clean up in this dirty alley.
Or 3 more. We need the puzzle,
Oh, that's right.
the
there are
coin, and the duckies.
They
Here's
do a
an-
pretty tricky jump here. Umbrella jump.
Ugh.
Very nice.
That one is actually a really difficult because when you enter this area, the lag spikes through the roof.
Yeah, you can tell just by looking at it. Yeah.
There's a reason I play PC.
Yeah, that jump actually is pretty chill on PC. But yeah, for console, that was literally like the hardest thing I had to learn when I first started learning this game. That umbrella jump was like the bane of my existence. But doing it is worth it because you get this early. So you get that token really early without having to do some other shenanigans in this area. Saves a lot of time. And our last ducky in there.
Yeah, one of the things I wish they did more like hidden things because in that little pool back there's like a little cave with an extra life in there.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they did more of those like little hidden type things.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That would have been cool.
I couldn't tell this game lags. Deviant, you're hilarious.
He is like the #1 N64 hater. Besides Solar.
True.
And B Hill. Actually, there's quite a few haters. What the heck?
I hate it. I just cannot stand it personally.
I think outside of like Spagettd and Beast,
Yeah.
like I don't mind the N64 version. I'll play it, but everyone else is just kind of like a bunch of haters.
Yeah.
Where's Jag? He used to be the biggest N64 stan.
All right, Thermal, you're taking over this level, right?
Yep. Actually, the mashing doesn't quite work as well.
N64.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this level you have you just have to mash as fast as possible the fire button in order to defeat the slime boss.
Yep. And you'll also see that Spagettd does do a little spin move because the boss does throw like a little projectile, and you can just spin attack the projectile away if you time it right.
I only got one so far. Another thing people do instead of spinning it is they intentionally take damage from the slime, so they'll round up to him to get invincibility frames. There you go. Alright, up to my favorite level.
This level's really good, and it has awesome music.
I can't believe I have to drive all the way to work on a Saturday, guys.
Today's Friday,
Ridiculous.
It's Friday.
I'll see myself out now.
Leaves call.
So yeah, this is gonna be the second.
This level is amazing, and it's not DMCA because N64.
Yeah. This is gonna be the second level where you would technically need to revisit the level because you need to unlock the hover shoes to collect a single collectible in this level.
Just a single one.
Yeah, that's the only reason there is ever a revisit for this, but as speedrunners, we do have a workaround for it. It does work on all versions, but it is quite a bit easier on the N64 version.
It's stupid hard on like PC.
Yeah. So we're going to see Spagettd do that coming up here in just a second.
I guess, have we explained Shadowbox too much?
Not too much. You can go for it.
Not too much.
Yeah, so there's basically tiny little bits of collisions. Spaghetti actually got their first try. Tiny little bits of collision that we call shadow boxes that we can jump on. They're basically just invisible bits of collision that you're able to jump on if you aim perfectly and use a buffer jump.
Yep. We did kind of explain it with Spoon Jump because that was another one of those shadow boxes we were talking about, but yeah, there are more instances that you'll see Spagettd jumping off like corners and just like random, like, that's not a platform. How did he jump off of that?
It's a shadow.
Exactly.
It's a shadow box.
Yeah, just janky N64 collision. Love to see it. Like right here, actually.
There's another one. So yeah, it's that kind of stuff that helps us just like abuse the game and do stuff we're not supposed to do.
Oops.
This one I could never figure out though for some reason.
Is that one N64 exclusive?
I'm not sure. I've never tried it on the other ones because on the other versions you can actually just grab the ledge of that little sign.
Oh, you can't grab the ledge of that?
Not on this version, no.
You kind of
Didn't
like
know that.
Yeah, you jump like a little bit lower. It feels like, and Buzz just doesn't have the ability to ledge grab it.
Yeah.
I always wondered why you did that and didn't just grab the ledge, but it actually doesn't work. You can't grab the ledge.
Yeah.
I mean, technically it saves time too. It's like it saves a ledge grab.
Yeah.
So
There's some things that like are like slightly different collision. Like there's a few things that you cannot grab in this version compared to other versions.
Like this ledge right here, this blue area, I can't grab that ledge either. I know a lot of people go off from the side and then jump up to it, but you can't reach it on this version either. So you have to do it like the way I just did right now.
Isn't Buzz's jump like slightly lower than on other versions?
Yeah, for whatever reason, he just doesn't jump as high. But thankfully, like all the major tricks are still like you can still reach. So it doesn't affect those.
Most of the tricks are still possible. It's just they're either harder or need slightly alternate versions.
Yeah, which is really nice because that would be so sad if there are certain jumps you just can't make no matter what.
yeah. All right, now we need a little bit of luck here as we approach the last few tokens. Spagettd is going to be opening some of Al's completely secret files here.
Mhm.
And for whatever reason, these cycles, they just kind of go on their own time. So it doesn't matter when you shoot the locks on them. They might just open at random intervals for whatever reason. Thankfully, it worked out.
Lined up right there.
Opening those also require the disc launchers that we got in Construction Yard.
Yep.
Aye.
Oh.
I got attacked. All
Doing
good.
some Tony Hawk's Pro Skater stuff out here.
I know. I'm trying to nose manual.
Perfect. Alright, ending up fairly well out there.
There's a really cool trick in that level in any percent that I wish we could show off, but you know, it's an any percent trick. But basically, instead of shooting those filing cabinets, we can do like this something called text storage, which we'll actually see in the last level here. But basically, it lets you grab that token early without having to get the power up for it. It's really sick.
Alright, this is my least favorite level. Because it's...
So optimized.
There's nothing... Yeah, there's nothing like super difficult about it, but it for whatever reason, it just like doesn't like me. Some pretty nice RNG there with the claw machine.
Followed by some pretty bad RNG, me missing the ledge grab.
Yeah, so just speaking on that claw machine real quick, the reason we say RNG there is because the token will spawn in different spots within the claw machine, and when you push the button, it's also RNG whether it moves left or right first, and then on the second one whether it moves forward or back. So you could just get a really terrible... I see what you're trying to do here, and I hope it works.
You know, it's funny. I actually got this during practice. Hey,
let's go.
So that's
I did not know you were gonna do that, but I love that.
I got it like not even kidding, like within like 3 seconds when I was practicing earlier. So I'm like, okay, it's feeling good right now. Let me try it.
Hey, let's freaking go.
So that's another N64 exclusive glitch. Instead of like trying to climb back out of the ball pit, oops, you can literally just clip out of it, which I've always said as a meme, and then I just messed with it one day, and sure enough, it worked. It was really cool.
I remember Lance showing me that like years and years ago, and I was like, yeah, it's just super inconsistent that it's not even worth doing. But I love that you did it there to show it off. That makes me so happy.
If we can do that like instantly, like if it only takes like 3 seconds at max, it'll save time and it'll look cool. But I think it only works on N64 because of like the frame rate.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right. It's just something about it. It's that N64 Traveler's Tale versions.
Yep.
For whatever reason, they got those exclusive glitches.
That exclusive jank.
Yeah, maybe I do need to play N64. Maybe I'll try N64 or N64 emulator.
Heck
Oh,
yeah.
now you want to join.
You're seeing all these like extra tricks. You're like, oh, I want to do that. We get you. Also, here's Evil Buzz. Most bosses are just made like super simple by having the green laser power up. Like you saw with the Alice Toy Barn dinosaur thing, and then now Buzz. Just hold B and they're dead.
Yep. Very easy. Very simple.
We'll basically do that with every single mini boss.
Yeah.
Except for the first one, surprisingly, in Andy's house.
Yeah. Technically, like, the first two have, like, those invincibility frames. Obviously, the second one we abuse. But, like, after that, it's just like, hey, we're gonna quick kill these with the green laser. See ya.
For the mini bosses. The main bosses are actually somewhat different and unique.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have some depth to them. The next one has some depth to it.
Yeah, the next
The
one.
rest of them are kind of...
They actually cooked with the next boss. He actually
Yeah.
like is a pretty unique like move set and whatever like procedure to beat it.
Yeah.
You want me to explain Dizzy strats when we
Yeah.
get there?
Do it.
gonna get our final collectible token. So you might notice Buzz has the little spin animation, and if you hold down the spin, you can actually do like a big whirly spin. And we use that sometimes to like talk to characters quickly. But what actually happens is once that dizzy animation stops, Buzz will regain movement. So we're actually able to use the dizzy animation to move during cutscenes, such as this one, that we wouldn't usually be able to. So after this first shot, Spagettd is going to do a dizzy animation and hit the boss from underneath. Just like this. And as soon as Buzz is done being dizzy, you can move during the cutscene. And the controls are weird and like backwards, but that's going to be useful all throughout this fight. And that's also kind of the first step into the tech storage trick that we are going to see later on.
Yeah, basically Buzz going into the dizzy animation in the middle of a cutscene grants him movement when you're not supposed to be able to move during cutscenes, and that kind of breaks the game in a good way for us. Like the game doesn't know what to do when you're moving during a cutscene.
Yeah. For this final shot here, we are going to do a full laser shot, just because for whatever reason, only in the final pod it does more damage. So we're just going to do that there instead.
Are we going to say thermal?
I was going to say that we did technically miss dizzy strats earlier in Andy's neighborhood, but it was such a minor thing that this was the more proper place to talk about it since it's
with the race
shown off more. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, elevator hop, everyone's favorite level.
Get your popcorn out because there's actually a slow period here.
Yeah, this run is very fast paced for quite a large majority of it. This is like the first level where like there's a bit of slow parts with the cycles.
Mm-hmm.
But not yet. We still gotta get up to the top of the elevator shaft.
Yeah. This trick here is a lot harder to do on N64 because of what we mentioned earlier with our jumps being lower. Normally it's not that precise to get up there, but I literally have to jump like on the peak of that coil thing that I jumped off of. If I'm not on the peak of it, it won't grab the ledge there, unfortunately. So it's super precise.
I just need to mention, Sam, do not bring that evil upon Spagettd right now. We do not want Blackout Glitch 2.
Yeah. You guys want to explain what that is?
Yeah. So for whatever reason, on this level specifically,
and only on N64 as well.
Yeah.
Another N64 exclusive glitch, but not in a good way.
Yeah, you'll get up to where the race token area is, and for whatever reason, the game will just like black out, and you can't see anything except like character models sometimes, and you can't actually interact with anything with this blackout glitch. We don't know why it happens. It is also very rare unless you're Sam, which apparently it happens 1 in like 5 times. But there are some theories, but nothing definitive on why this random blackout glitch occurs.
Yeah, thankfully though, I do know a way to like fix it, quote unquote. So we don't have to restart the entire level.
Izzy, I think you jinxed it.
I know, I was gonna say the way that you said that, Izzy.
I knocked on wood. I knocked on wood, don't worry.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
That ceiling mouse can be very frustrating and hard sometimes. And also, this wall mouse.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
We got it first try. Those two mice are the bane of all speedrunners' existence. So much time has been lost to missing that wall mouse and trying to get that ceiling mouse.
Yeah. You can see how, like, sporadically they move. You can kind of understand why it just sucks. Because the big thing is these elevators are on a cycle, so you can only try that once. And if you don't, you have to wait till you come back to that area to try it again. And each time you miss is a roughly 15 seconds of time loss. So every time you miss, it adds up.
Sorry. These cycles are very specific, so we have to... You don't have another chance to try it again. You just gotta go for the optimal cycle And even then, these cycles, if you mess up even a tiny bit, they get all out of whack and they get pretty random. Not completely random, but they get pretty weird, and you just kind of have to improvise at that point.
Yep.
Got lucky there though. The cycles are nice to me.
Go nice cycles.
We'll see coming
far,
back
so
down
good.
though. Like we mentioned earlier, just hold B with the charge laser, and then we're chilling.
Yep. And then the other one should be where it needs to be. Perfect.
It was heading down already, but
It
thankfully,
was going down.
thankfully,
It
I
still
saved
worked out.
Yeah. All right, looks like no blackout glitch. It would have done it right there, entering the
worked out.
slide.
Yeah. So one
Right.
thing I will mention here real quick, there is, so we've talked a lot about text storage. This is a spot you can get another text storage, because when you're on these slides like this, when you buffer jump, Buzz will continue like moving backwards slightly. And if you grab the token while you're doing buffer jumps,
Like that.
kind of like that, you kind of just like go all over the place. If you grab this token while he's still moving, you can get text storage. This one isn't as big as the one we'll see later. It's like only a couple of seconds, so it's not as significant, but still kind of cool to see from time to time.
I can show it off here though.
Yeah, this is another one with. This one is also N64 exclusive because on like PC you'll drop straight down when you grab a token. For some reason on N64 you can actually move around after your dizzy animation. So it's again another one of those cool N64 exclusive.
So right now we have
glitches.
text storage, and as soon as we stop moving, the text box will appear, and that actually allows us to move during the token spawning animation and get that early.
Yep.
That was just a small instance of it there, but we'll be using it for a pretty major skip in the final platforming level of the run.
Yeah, it's kind of like a.
penthouse.
It was kind of like
Get your
a
whistles
blink,
ready.
right? But yeah, that text storage is kind of like really quick though. What you were saying earlier was like, I don't know if you guys have noticed watching, but every time there's a token that spawns, there's like a little cutscene that plays for it. And yeah, I basically just did the text storage there to grab it during that cutscene as soon as it
Sometimes when we
spawns.
defeat a boss or sometimes when we defeat a boss or something, we're able to jump where the token is spawned and collect it before that animation starts. But text storage is another way to get, or the dizzy strats is a way to do that with text storage as well.
All right, this is another room that is extremely laggy. If you can't tell, like you first enter and it's like 5 FPS.
Doing another shadow box jump here off this windowsill.
This is everyone's favorite shadow box, by the way. And when I mean
Shadow box isn't
favorite,
that bad. It's just the ledge grab that's really hard afterwards.
Yeah.
There we go though.
Yeah, the ledge grab is jank on that table. It has like weird collision. But that wasn't too bad. I'll take it.
one quick thing here, Spagettd is going to shoot this boss right away because the first instance of damage this boss takes outside of combat, it'll actually be inflicted during like when the boss fight starts. So obviously Spagettd charged up a fully charged laser shot and hit the boss, just so it has a little less health when the boss fight actually starts.
Yeah, basically just get a free hit. Super
Yeah.
cheat.
And that one does work on every single version. So friends, why does Bullseye need 5, count them 5 horseshoes?
My theory
One for the
is
tail.
it's his spare horseshoe like a tire.
Fair enough.
It could be for his tail, for his head. Who knows?
A projectile weapon.
Yes.
Bullseye's going into combat.
I mean, it is the Olympics. Maybe he's like a horseshoe discus
Oh, there you
thrower.
go.
So we're going to Al's bathroom and we're going to be doing usually we would have to flood Al's bathroom and cause him tons of money in renters
Insurance damages.
water damage. But we're considerate to Al, so we're going to be doing a shadow box here to get up here without flooding the room.
Funny
Little
enough,
careless.
that was actually found because someone in the community posted a Let's Play of Toy Story 2, and another person in the community saw someone hit random collision on a cupboard in Andy's house, and went, "Huh, I wonder if we could abuse that." Sure enough,
Dang,
we did.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Always love when casual playthroughs lead to finding new speedrun skips.
Moral of the story: check out the Let's Plays of your game, see what you can find.
For real. Especially if it's a lesser known
Happened
game,
in Toy-
but that like not a lot of stuff has been found.
It's happened in Toy 2, it's happened in Toy 3. It's just a thing. Check your local casual playthroughs for more details.
This level, I forgot to mention, had like a kind of recent coin route change. We never used to grab these. We would go the other way here in the kitchen, but found out that this was actually faster.
And getting the coin token is only done in 100%. For any percent, I guess I'll mention, in the N64 version, you need 30 tokens. In other versions, you need 40 tokens to complete the game. So some tokens we don't get, such as the collectible and coin token in this level. But we're doing 100%, so we get everything.
Also, I don't know if you guys saw Jesse's face there. It was pretty cursed. Woody's
Pretty terrifying.
Woody's face
It's not
is
the
even
cursed
worse.
face. I was
Woody's
gonna
face
say.
is even worse. We'll see him
Yeah.
at the very end.
They'll actually be side by side, or double the curse.
The goal of this game is to save Woody, but after seeing that face, I don't know if we want to save Woody.
I don't know if we made the right decision.
Is this a goal we want to pursue? This is not the right decision.
I was gonna say one little fun fact: that enemy that Spagettd killed in the bathroom, there's actually specific versions of the game that have a different, like, it's still the same like model, but it's like different
Texture
so
or whatever.
yeah, different textures. So in some versions it's like what you saw for Spagettd there. In other versions it's like a blonde-haired, blue-eyed like farmer. For whatever reason.
People complained.
Yeah, I guess in the 90s when this game came out, there was like a whole like uproar of like people saying that it was like discriminatory against like Hispanic people because he looks like a generic like bandito from like the Wild West Mexico, which as a Mexican I don't see that being offensive, but apparently people did, and so yeah, I'm just like kind of showing him off a little bit there, but yeah, they changed him to like a blonde-haired like cowboy guy instead.
Yeah, and I think it's like, it's like there's like a 1.1 version of the N64 version that has it. I think some like newer versions of PlayStation maybe.
Yeah, I think the greatest hits version of the PS1 copy.
Ooh, nice.
Another N64 exclusive shadow box there to get up to that little hike early.
Yeah, there's another way to get up there early, using like the little monkey pole bar things, the monkey bar things, but I've always struggled with it, so I just went with the shadow box jump, since shadow box jumps are easier on this version anyways. Wow.
Okay.
Is that shadow box on PC?
It is. Sure. It's just harder, kind of like the single visit trick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just do the other way because it's not too difficult for me.
Yeah.
I think it makes it harder on N64 because it's laggy right there. So like when you like,
that's true.
When you jump to the ledge, when you turn around, yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty hard to time your double jump to reach it.
One thing, so Izzy mentioned earlier about things that can't be grabbed. Normally on this pole, there's like a top little platform you can grab.
What?
I'll come back to that.
I've never had that happen. I think what happened there was literally the thing you were explaining though. So like, there's a little platform that you can grab up there to like skip some areas, but they patched it out on this version because there's the texture, but with no collision. And the pole, I just remembered, also has no collision at the top. So what happened right there was that I circle jumped up to it, and I got right to the part where there's no collision. So I just fell.
Jumped right through it.
Yep.
Yikes.
It's all good.
Good times.
This run needs to have a bad level. There's no way I was gonna get a good run. But thankfully, we're on PvP. I mean, we're on a really good pace on the marathon, ahead of schedule. So
yeah, that little platform at the top of that pole. Oh, there's the invisible suitcase as well that Bandito jumped up. just random collision that they forgot to get rid of, but
yeah, there were suitcases there. They got rid of the textures, but the collision for them was still there.
Oh, I love
other
that
versions,
happened.
you would be able to get up to this section a lot faster by jumping on that platform, but
Yep.
it doesn't exist. It's translucent.
The limit does not exist.
Alright,
Yes.
so here we're doing a pretty tricky way to get up to the puzzle token early. Doing this rocket jump.
Rocket Man. Oh, wrong game. So yeah,
And
Spagettd.
for this. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Spagettd is doing the puzzle token right now. You have to get to this top of this. For the longest time, I always thought it was a spaceship, but since this is an airport, it makes sense that it's an airplane.
Yeah,
But
right?
I always thought it was a rocket ship.
But
Same.
it's upright. How is it an airplane?
That's how they build them. I don't know. Probably because
But,
it's easier to
yeah.
store.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, Izzy, it's the same thing as the plane in the next level.
You know what? I've never noticed that. It's literally like, did they use the same model,
I'd assume so.
or at least the same
But
textures?
there's no wings.
Yeah.
They're right there. What are you
I'm on
talking
it.
about?
We're standing on the wings.
You're standing on them.
Never mind, I'm dumb.
But yeah, I always thought it was a rocket ship growing up. Like it's just what it looked like to me.
Why would there be a rocket ship in an airport?
Aviation. I don't know.
Maybe this is NASA's airport.
We got ourselves some bouncy boots. Got the hover boots here.
Yep. These were the unlockable that you needed back in Al's Toy Barn, but Spagettd said no, thank you. Single visit, please.
Normally,
Now
you
we
can-
fight the main antagonist.
Yeah, Inky Pete or Prospector, whatever you like to call him. I'm trying to like keep him in the middle right here, because as soon as he's defeated, we can jump straight up and grab his token. Yeah.
Yep. And Stinky Pete, if you're wondering why Spagettd wasn't shooting Stinky Pete with lasers, it's because Stinky Pete can only be damaged through means of the spin attack, which some bosses, like the one in the next level, can only be hit through spin attacks. And then some can just be affected by anything.
All right, my boy Rocky Gibraltar here. Yes, that's his name. This is the race token, and kind of like Slinky Dog, he wants you to collect stuff instead of race. But we do this cool little trick here, or strat, where we go and collect a token for the collectibles while we're doing the race. It gives you like just enough time to do both.
There's an even harder version of that trick in any percent where you get the puzzle token during the race, which gives you like half a second or a second of leeway. But we don't do that in any percent in 100% because the collectible is a lot better for that.
Yep.
I almost forgot the dumbbell that was up there. I was already walking into this room and I was like, wait, this doesn't feel right.
Hold up.
The perks of running this game over like 1,000 times. My muscle memory started acting up.
You're like, something's not right here. My toy 2 sense is tingling.
Literally.
So just finishing up the third to last level, airport infiltration.
extra credit. I'm gonna give Ham a tip there. 1 extra coin.
Overcoined. Reset.
Nah, we're just giving him a tip. I mean, I don't know why he was up there. It makes it hard for me to reach him. He could have just walked down, but whatever.
See,
That's
I'm
the weird thing. Like, the toys are supposed to be helping Buzz. Why are they like hiding the tokens? Like, I thought we're all trying to save Woody.
No. See, I'm convinced that they're all still bitter about Woody from Toy Story 1. But they go, we want Woody to go to Japan. We don't want him back. He's that mean.
Maybe they're still salty about what happened.
I mean, if it would have been Woody from the original draft of Toy Story 1,
Oh yeah.
you kind of
Oh, wow.
understand.
If you haven't seen the Black Friday reel of Toy Story 1, look it up. It is insane.
What is that?
That is the first draft of Toy Story 1.
Oh.
Woody was even more of a jerk.
He was like, if you watch it, he's awful.
They had to tone it down.
Literally, yeah.
Disney literally told them, like, we're shutting down production, you can't make this anymore, and then they rewrote the entire thing to make it a lot nicer and make it a lot better of a story.
Fully Maguire tier, literally.
So here we have the boss fight, and here we are going to be getting text storage. So basically, we are going to do the dizzy animation as soon as we defeat the boss and be able to collect the token without the text box. And that's going to allow us to do a race skip. So let's get it here.
No.
No, I didn't get it.
I was facing the wrong way. It's all good. I mean, the level stays the same. We just won't be able to do the race skip, unfortunately, which would save like 45 seconds. I feel like every time I run this game at a marathon, it's one off and one on. Like, I'll get it one marathon, I'll miss it on the next one. So it was just bound to happen.
I didn't get it at my last marathon either, don't worry.
And I think I missed this cycle because of it too, yep. Because we had to wait for the cutscene.
I guess you could just do the race right now.
Yeah. True.
I guess we can just explain right now. Basically, what would happen with text storage is when he talks to Slinky Dog here, he would be able to close this text box, but it would still... Or no, he wouldn't close the text box. He would click the keep playing prompt, which is on the text box. But Slinky Dog's text box would still be open. And the way the race starts is when that text box is closed or ends. So basically what happens with text storage, we're able to run to the end of this long race and just collect the token instantly.
Yeah, because we're able to move while Slinky's text box is open, so we'd be able to collect it early. Because the rules of this race is we can't touch slime and we can't jump. But if we start the race once we're at the other side, none of those rules matter and we can just collect the token instantly. So that's how race skip would usually work. And when that was found, that was a huge deal. That was like a most wanted skip for a long time. And when it finally happened, like all the runners came back to do new runs of it to get a new time with race skip. It was a crazy time.
Not to mention that was found at the same time that the Toy Barn text storage was found. Back to like, literally within like hours of each other.
I remember the day before text storage, like when you kind of introduced the setup for text storage, Spagettd. The day before, Lance and I were talking. I was like, dude, just go find Tarmac Trouble race skip, and then you come in with this setup for text storage, and he was like, here you go. I was like, yes. Oh my gosh, it's great.
That puzzle is random, but you can figure out how to do it. It's a pretty intuitive puzzle.
Yeah, they made it way too hard for kids. I'm just gonna say that. Like, it's hard for me as an adult. If I didn't play this game so many times, I would struggle with that. Even still, I have to think about it for a second.
Well, funny enough, on the PC, PlayStation, and Dreamcast version, there's actually a Rex hint box there that tells you how to do the puzzle. But it's not there on N64. The N64 version actually has less hint boxes in the game.
That I did not know.
Yeah, you would think they would try to make it easier for N64, because it has less tokens you have to collect for any %.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not sure when to go to the plane because I still need the suitcase. So we're just gonna go for it right now. Hopefully it lines up.
Kind of
It'll be close.
Oh
rounding
yeah,
on the fly
this is
here.
fine.
Yeah. As you can see, missing the tech storage is kind of it
The deal
kind of
breaker.
just throws this whole level off because it's like there's a specific way you're supposed to do it, and
Because of the cycle. Like if we didn't have this plane cycle to rely on, it wouldn't even be a
Yeah.
big deal. But yeah, the
Yep.
fact that everything is on a cycle is really annoying. Also, I got
Yeah,
on here
this
way too
plane-
early.
This plane is quite a big deal. Trying to make the cycle, because there's a suitcase that you have to get on this plane, and then there's this platform number 8 over here that you can only get onto with the plane. If only there's a series of shadow boxes or something that you could use to get on there.
Yeah, that would be cool if there was like some luggage collision right here we could jump on, but fortunately they never added that. This level feels kind of like an afterthought, like it's just very wide with not much going
Yeah.
on.
There's so much walking around aimlessly, trying to get enough coins and get all the collectibles.
some might say
I
walking
still-
around plainlessly.
Plainlessly, hey!
Some might say that,
still
but I
even
won't.
have I don't even have a perfect, like, detailed route. Every time I play this level
Yeah.
hundo,
Yeah.
I just kind of improvise the route and just like, I know I have to go to these places for the
Yep.
collectibles. As far as coins, I'm just gonna wing it.
I see what you did there.
Oh,
So
that's
I
on
did
the
there.
level of my kind of jokes, and
I
I
don't know, guys.
like it.
Those jokes aren't really taking off.
They're not really landing, are they?
No.
Oh my god. I didn't even intend for the wing it joke, but when I heard it, I'm like, oh wait, no, that makes sense.
It's one of those where you kind of go, oh, I just did that.
Thankfully, though, the coins kind of like lined up decently there. When I was heading towards Ham, there was just enough coins for me to get that. And
So we got the coin token, we just gotta get our final collectible token, and that'll be all 50 tokens of the run, and on to the final boss.
Can you imagine doing this level without the rocket shoes, though?
Oh,
it
so
would take like
painful.
10 minutes.
I swear, they made the rocket shoes just for this level because they were like,
Yeah.
this
Just
level
for
is
this-
humongous. We need to fix something.
And then they sprinkled it into the other levels as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, like, might as well use it here too.
There's also a cool skip
Congratulations.
that you can do in any percent with the rocket boots to skip having to get that lets you get up to the boss early without the plane cycle.
Yeah, that one's really cool too.
Oh my god, Woody's face! Get it off the screen!
There
That
it
Why
goes.
are we
boy
saving
is
Woody
Not
here?
right.
Alright, I'm not saving him. Bye. Just kidding. I goofed it. Whatever.
Yeah, this final boss is very kind of plain.
Compared to the Bug's Life's final boss, this is very plain.
Yeah, if they had introduced an entire level with the boss fight, that would have been so sick.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this plane is big enough, like, thermal, yeah, like you were gonna say.
Yeah, there's just you can see all that area behind the boss. It's like I'm convinced there was supposed to be more. Also, time is coming up on the final hit here.
We'll save Stinky Pete for last. There we go. And time.
Time!
Oh my god. Look away.
Look at those eyes.
He's seen some stuff.
He's seen
Those
things.
eyes are dead inside.
What did Al put him through?
What kind of torture?
Alright, so yeah, that was Toy Story 2, 100% for the N64. Shouts out to my commentators, Izzy and Thermal, for hanging out. I hope you guys in chat enjoyed watching it. If you want to get interested, I saw someone say they wanted to go back to running this game or playing this game or something. There's a dedicated speedrun Discord for this game as well that you can find on speedrun.com. And everyone in there is super friendly. There's some tutorial guides. Even Thermal made a tutorial guide for this game. So lots of resources as well to get started. I definitely recommend it. But yeah, that's it for me. You can catch me at Spagettd on everything. Do a lot of licensed games, and just retro games in general. And if you guys wanted to shout yourselves out real quick before we head out.
Ladies first.
Yeah, I'm IzzyHope58. I run a ton of Pixar games on Twitch. I also run other games as well. So, IzzyHope58 on Twitch.
What Izzy said except Thermal Square.
And then stick around too for Izzy's run that I think is coming up next.
Yep. Right after this, I'm doing Disney Infinity Inside Out, so stay tuned.
Yeah, so
Be there.
Yeah, so it's basically going to be us again. Get used to our voices. All right, see you guys later.
See ya.
I swear we did not plan for the Disney Pixar takeover when we were planning this marathon. I can promise you that. Either way, thank you so much, Spagettd, for that amazing run. It was really, really cool. I actually hadn't watched a Toy Story 2 Hundo run, and by the way, that was me talking about coming back.
Oh,
I haven't
sick.
run this game in 5 years, and that looked like a ton of fun, I'm not going to lie. So we're going to go back to a quick intermission here while we get ourselves ready to set up or IzzyHope58's Disney Infinity Inside Out New Game Plus run. So don't go anywhere, guys. We will be right back.